Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, YouTube. Hello. Happy Sunday. How are you today? So, one of the things I'm going to repeat here, since I just started YouTube and YouTube didn't hear me. The topic, what is the topic? If you're tired of destructive patterns of hiding and playing small. Hello. 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 I said here, and let me say this for anybody who may be new here. For anybody who may be new here. For anybody who may be new here. First of all, I'm going to be in Italy in just a few weeks. I would love to have a VIP day and really do something gorgeous. Something, a combination of beautiful, delicious, something that gives a woman this abundant feeling. I would love to do that for a woman, one woman who wants to come to Italy and have this experience with me. In Milan, I'm actually willing to do it in Venice too. Venice and Florence. So Milan, Venice, and Florence in July. Would you like to come have a VIP day with me? Me and you in a beautiful space in Venice, Florence, or Milan. And you just are okay with me bringing all the beauty to it. Because there's so many ways. I love curating things. So I like to be a stylist. So when I was 20, how was I? My mom was like, no, you were like 19. I don't remember being 19. I remember being like 21. But anyway, so I thought I wanted to be a fashion designer. So of course I went and Googled, like, how do you do this? And of course, Milan pops up, the fashion capital of the world. So I ended up in a fashion design program in Milan, Italy, when I was like 20. And what I learned in that program, it is not design that I like. I do not like sketching. I do not like putting together a collection. I like styling. What do you know? I like styling. So I'm a stylist. Hold on. My niece is hollering. Hold on, y'all. Girl, my niece looking like Easter. She would have come show me her dress. Of course, we love to wear dresses and look stunning. So that's actually part of how I started my fashion marketing company, is because I wanted to promote other fashion and beauty brands. Anyway, I love to put together beautiful experiences. I love it. That's part of why we're having women in Italy. It's why, like, I love putting myself together, stunning. So if you would like to be cared for in this way, this particular way, okay, where I put together something so beautiful, right? The environment is so beautiful for us. Venice is beautiful. Florence is beautiful. Milan is beautiful. But I get us a beautiful suite somewhere and just have it really curated to be just lovely, just drenched in beauty and gorgeousness. And then we have one-on-one time to really penetrate you, and you are transformed by the penetration of my presence. You are transformed by the penetration of getting on a plane up, likely over the Atlantic Ocean, because I'm assuming you're most likely coming from the United States of America. Crossing the Atlantic, landing in a foreign country, coming into this space that I curate, that I put my heart and intentionality into. And it's really focusing on your deepest your deepest parts. And it's just me and you for a day. We have a beautiful lunch together. We're in a beautiful space. I would like to do that with one woman. Just one. In July, even like the first week of August. I don't know how long, right? I'm moving around, preparing for women in Italy, enjoying my summer in Europe, lots of moving parts. But if you want to come in July, and what I can say now is into the first week of August, and you'd like to come to either Venice, Milan, or Florence in Italy and have a day with me of beauty and transformation and loveliness, I'm happy to do it. The investment is $15,000. Okay. And so if you needed to split that up into two, a deposit to hold your spot and then pay the balance before your arrival, I'm happy to do that. We can work all that out if you know you want it. And it's a good fit. So you DM me and we have a conversation. Okay. But I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, wow, I'd love to, it's just so beautiful. And every time I'm in Milan or anywhere in Italy, really, I feel like people are missing out. I always feel like I wish more, especially women like my people. I wish my people could have it more. When I say my people, I mean, I think about who I was in 2015. Yeah, okay, so I won't start reminiscing. Because I can go there. So let's talk about, first of all, let me come on. I can't even see my screen. Let me look. Hello, everybody. I see all the likes. Hello, people. Hello. Alrighty, okay. A man identifying as a witchy woman. You are welcome. Hello, spiritual life coach. Thank you for following. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anybody? There's a lot of comings and goings around here. It said a lot of people joined, but them a lot of people are not here. I see that. Okay. So today is gonna get, I feel like today is gonna get maybe kind of dark. Maybe kind of dark. Maybe. Let's see. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I know I want to go to Nordstrom's today. So I gotta make sure I have time for Nordstrom's, people. Okay. So when I was a teenager, I used to be like, how am I gonna live on Earth? I was here on, what was that, Friday? Who was here when I was with Vanessa? Was anybody here on Friday, or was that Thursday that I was here with Vanessa? And I was like, Didi, you need to get it together. You really need to get it together. I've been patient with you. You know what I'm talking about. I just want to see how you're going to handle this. You're showing your character, and I like to see people show themselves versus just making fast moves. But you're really showing yourself. So, thank you. So, when I was a teenager, because I was born a bright light, I was born a bright light. Were you born a bright light? Were you? And then your mom didn't like it? Huh? And when I realized what adults do, what humans do, wait, so this is how this goes? This is how I'm supposed to do this down here? I checked out. Now, there's bright sides and dark sides to checking out. So the bright side to checking out is it's like a door opens for a whole new adventure that puts you on the trajectory of living that most people they'll dream about it, but they'll never live it. So that's the bright side. Your whole life ends up being the fringes of life, the unusual life. Like your book is like my life could be turned into a movie. Okay. So that's the bright side. The not so bright side is on that uh, life path, that adventure, you end up in a lot of fucking dark holes, a lot of dark places. Because the thing about living on the fringes and living the adventure of life is that you're constantly exploring. You're constantly looking for what's going to work for me as a bright light, witchy woman who's always been different, who's never fit in, who's in this world and not of it, who's ordained, who's chosen, who's called to do specific things here on earth, like for real, for real. This is not something you can be like, yeah, me too. Yeah, I know, right? You know this. You can remember when your mother saw your light and had a problem with it. You can remember when your parents, your guardian, your somebody told you that you were the devil, or life is going to be hard for you here if you are your authentic self. Like this woman, yeah. And so the dark side is because you're on this adventure, looking to thrive in the way that's going to work for you, because the way normal people live, you're like, I'm not going to thrive in that. It's not even real. These people are clearly in agreement with some variety of unspoken rules and whatever, and it's not going to work. So, on this adventure of your life, your signature life, you end up in places that to get out, there's a piece in you that needs to be cultivated because that piece in you has the key. And the people who live the straight and narrow, right? All the degreed good girls, you know, all the people who do it right, all the people who do it right, all the people who pay their bills on time and they're organized and they are respectable people and they go to school and they're on time and they're decent, good, wholesome people. Those people never have keys. Well, they never unlock, right? They never access the keys in themselves to live what we call a free life, to be liberated, to uh, really have the heaven on earth that folks love to talk about, but never actually live that they know is available for them. So, on the dark path, you are asking questions that people on the narrow path, and the narrow path, I don't mean it in the way humans talk about it. I mean the path of being told what to do. This is what makes you good. This is what makes you a responsible, good woman. This is what makes you a responsible, good man. Okay. When you are asking questions on this path and you're exploring, you end up in places that only people who are walking that path end up on. So you end up meeting your kind. You end up meeting your people. And what you find, and what keeps I'll speak for myself, what really kept me on that path was every time I would do something on the side of what normal people do, I always found myself in a particular kind of misery. Because I'm not saying you don't even experience misery on the adventurous path. I'm saying it's a different kind of misery. When you're on the being told what to do path and you experience misery, you feel like you're at the effect of life. Like you can't get out. Like, there's a particular kind of suffering. When you're on the adventure path and really carving out your way and unlocking all the keys to life and to the universe, there's a sort of suffering to end all suffering that you're in. So the suffering that I endure actually ends up being in service to others, where people who are on the do what you're supposed to path, their suffering is a right? It's a God, I wish I could get out. I don't like it. Ah. And they just sort of feel like they have to. They're the effect of life. That's just how life is. That's just how life goes, kind of thing. Okay. And so, as I was saying, YouTube, before I opened up, I was over here on TikTok. And I was saying one of the ways, because there's so many ways, one of the ways for a woman in particular, one of the ways for a woman to get free is to enslave herself to a man consciously. Be what he wants you to be. Allow yourself to be destroyed by him consciously. Okay. You're doing all this consciously. See, most women, when they get destroyed by a man, played by a man, it's all unconscious. They're in that princess consciousness. They're in that, because a woman is to submit, and a man's job is to do all these things, and like this is how it goes. And so they live that. And so when they get played, it feels again like they're at the effect of life. I'm telling you, there's a whole theme of how it goes over here when you're doing what you're supposed to do, when you're living the good life. Everything feels like you're at the effect of it. It's like, I didn't know. It's like, I thought I did everything right. You hear your mom and grandma, I did everything right. I did everything I was supposed to do. Because a woman is supposed to this and a man, right? And so when they get played, then they want revenge, right? Then 4B movement is born. Then this niggas ain't shit. Then it's like, girl, you better, because these niggas is, girl, they'll use up your youth. And because they did everything you're supposed to do. The straight and narrow. Good girl. Because that's what a righteous, virtuous woman does. When you enslave yourself to a man consciously, and you're open to be on the receiving end of the darkness of a man, and you do it consciously, you get wisdom that the average woman will never be in possession of, never. And you'll look like a fool to the average person. And to him, depending on what dynamic y'all going on, he thinks he's your ruler. He's your daddy. He controls you. Okay, why does this matter? So a lot of women who are here now, women who will watch the replay, women who are in my community, etc., they are scared of life and being in the full contact of life. They are scared of the presence of a male, the mere presence. Okay. They are scared of being highly attractive and the attention that comes with being highly attractive. They're afraid of being fully sexual, unapologetically around men and women, their mom. They're afraid of the responsibility of their full power. Just so scared. And this is why women agree to the typical submission marriage. This is why women are good. This is why we want to get degrees and we want to walk the path that's been laid down, that we already know how this goes because we've seen other people do it, and we don't mess up nothing when we do that. We know we can get a degree, get a job. Most people will accept that, right? We go get married, we have kids, we move to the suburbs, we get a nice house, we live that life, we travel maybe a couple times a year, we get old, we have grandbabies, like that whole thing that's laid down. That is good, right? Make sense? Yes. And then this woman, who's on the adventurous path, maybe this fits with someone's question here. What if women reject our authentic because we're seen as, well, you are seen as too much. So what? What's your point? Stay there, girl. Girl, reject your authentic because they see you as too much. Girl, keep at it, girl. That's the way. It's a great model for all the girls coming up behind you. Just tell them, girl, reject your authentic self, girl, because they're going to call you too much. So just reject your authentic self, girl. Go do something a little smaller so they don't call you too much, girl. And girl, that's the way, child. I'm telling you, honey. Okay. So then the girl over here on the adventure path, oh my God, freedom ain't free, bitch. For a very short time, I dated this Jamaican British guy. Okay, so his parents migrated to London, I think when he was a kid. And so he was raised in London. So Jamaican ancestry, raised in London, right? And he and I dated for a short time. And I remember telling him, I take liberties. I said that to him. I take liberties. And he got so inflamed when I told him I take liberties. And this is a man who I went live with him one time, and all the women were like, Naima, he's weak. I mean, I knew that too, but I could hide behind him. So he was convenient, which is what women do also, who want to be good. And because we're scared of the full contact sport, we'll hide behind a man. But see, that's socially acceptable because then I'm a righteous, right? And then that man gets to have a woman, and we don't disturb the boat. We don't disturb the system at all because we're cooperating very well. Okay? So this woman over here who takes liberties is on the adventurous path. And I want to say this, Vanessa, I want to say this about the adventurous path is like adventure sounds like I want an adventure, right? Oh my God, I want an adventure. Yes, I want an adventure. When most people go on an adventure, they have a very organized, scheduled. At 6 a.m., we're going to get up early and have breakfast, and then the van is going to be here to take us to the first site of the day, and then we're going to have lunch. Make sure you bring your comfortable shoes because then we're going to walk to the castle. And okay, then we're going to, okay, make sure, do we need a break, everybody? We're going on an adventure. So many people associate adventure with like this. We're going on an adventure. Perhaps I should replace adventure with lifestyle. Perhaps I should replace adventure with lifestyle. There is no end. Because again, I'm not talking to the average Black woman who I'm just sick and tired of just playing small all the time. And, but they're not of that essence. They weren't born of that line of spirit that they can even truly commit to what I'm talking about. Do you understand? For those of you who are here now, who here understands exactly what I mean? I just want to do a check real quick. Like they like to listen to me, but they won't move. They just try to glean a little something. But they can't really say yes to what I'm talking to because they're not of that actual line. And that's fine. But this is the distinction. So when I talk, this is who I'm talking to. The woman who's of that line. Okay. But then everybody benefits in their own way. Okay. So when you're living this as a lifestyle, your whole life, every action that you're taking is some version of getting free, of seeing something, of answering a question, of trying to find how you are going to thrive on earth. I see you, Lash, how you are going to thrive because get married, move to the suburbs, have kids, and decorate your house is not for you. Or maybe it is, but not just that. Okay. And so to really, I cannot say enough about this. I just can't say enough about it. You got to live it. For a woman to be fully engaged in her life, what do I mean when I say fully engaged? As your life looks today, it's set up based on your current thinking, dreams, fears. It's set up to sort of keep you, whatever word you use to describe, organized, making sure you don't rock the boat, make sure you look a certain way. Your life is set up a certain way. And most women's lives are set up in a way to keep them out of the real, first of all, out of being who they are and out of the real contact of life, where you're talking to people, where you are, gosh, not even just talking to people. Hmm. So that's too far. So I'm gonna back up. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm talking about so far? Does anybody have any questions about what I'm talking about so far? Here on TikTok. Maybe today's not. How about that? Maybe that day. Well, this is what I can say about this. I have been saying that it might be time for me to even stop going live on TikTok because I have my reasons why I come here, but I also have my reasons why it might be time for me to just stop going live on TikTok. So maybe this is just my energy coming back to me, but I have been thinking with strong thoughts for the last few days or so. Most of the people who, anyway, anyway. So you break these cycles by doing things that your ego don't want to do. That's the quick and fast answer. You do things that your ego doesn't want to do. You do things, and the more terrifying it is to do, the better it is for your freedom. That's the fast and easy answer. The more terrifying it is to do, the better it is for your freedom. The more of a bad idea that it seems at an ego level, at a conscious level, but at a body soul level feels like the exact right thing to do, is the more that it will have you be free. Okay. Now, the reason why I offer everything I offer, heal your witch wound, shadow gold, everything, in my community, is because most women don't do this as a lifestyle by themselves. Fuck no. Most women don't even get far by themselves. And then what happens is once you get so far, a lot of women work by themselves because they're just used to being alone. They just used to be alone. And what happens eventually is you hit a point where you have gone as far as you're going to go alone, and that's when you start seeking people who have capacity, right? Who are, yeah. See, there's a way that you cannot, like. I almost named today's live stream "How to Brag," like how to be uber confident, because here. What I said earlier about most women are not in the full contact sport of life, and I said your life is organized in a way to not rock the boat, to look a certain way, is bragging. Let's go here. So many of us have quieted our light for so long. We're so afraid to shine that we're so policing ourselves when we talk. We're so policing content, potential content. We're so afraid to shine our light. Like we don't even, and this is part of what I spoke with my ladies with last week. I was like, I want y'all to be big around me, around each other, like brag. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? Like brag. I don't like that. Mine is better. Like brag. Obviously, if you can back it up. Like shine, like be sexy as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like be who you really are in your body. Like open your legs. Like feel. This is what I mean by we're not fully engaged in life. Like when you go outside, how you being? You know what I mean? You like women who think they got to get ready to be around me. That's another example of policing yourself. Women who are like, well, I don't know who's gonna see my content, so I'm concerned about policing yourself. That's you again not being willing to fully interact with the full context. Well, what the fuck you mean? You don't know who's gonna be seeing your content and you know what? That's the point. For you to be seen fully. So this is some of the things, and y'all need to buy shadow gold. Yeah, here's a tool for that person who asked me how. I have a tool for you right now. On YouTube, it's in my description. In here on TikTok, go to the link in my bio and click Shadow Gold, and you can get Shadow Gold right now. Or heal your witch wound if you're not ready for Shadow Gold. Okay. I'm judging you right now, Lash. I'm judging you right now. Ta-da! Now what? Stay there. Stay being in fear of judgment. Stay there. Stay there. A new way is coming, y'all. A new way is coming. Like, don't you want to be able to laugh wherever you want to laugh boisterously? Like, authentic laugh. Don't you want to be able to not fear being embarrassed, making mistakes, looking like a fool? Because you're exploring, because you like loosen your body, you can relax and walk around Earth. This is what everything I offer is to help you do this. Everything. It's just the degree to which you want to invest, like how deep you want it. It's sort of like what kind of man you want. You want the man you really want, or a man who's only 50% of the man you really want. You know what I mean? Because if you, it's sort of like how you pick a dude you don't respect because you know he gonna be easy to be around. You pick a dude you don't respect because you know he gonna be easy to be around, right? Because your level of commitment is lower with him, right? Your level of commitment is lower. But when you ready for yours, we're not talking about owning nobody here, but you want that man, the man, right? And you want the man. You showing the fuck up, right? You showing up. It's the same thing with my products and services. If you're ready for a $27 level, right? Because that's your level of commitment. There's a $27 opportunity in my bio right now. You know what I mean? But if you woke up overweight for the 7th year in a row, uh, your hair falling out, we we just wait until we get into a lot of pain before we do something. So let's say you've reached the ultimate pain, or maybe the ultimate inspiration. The ultimate inspiration. And you like, oh my God, my clitoris is on fire at what I'm ready for. It's gonna be one or the other. It's gonna be some pain you sick and tired of, or you're gonna be on fire for life. Then that's when motherfuckers are like, how do I work with you? How do I work with you? I like those people. I like the fire. I just like the fullness. I like the raw. Don't you like when a nigga listen? Ain't it true that sometimes you like when a nigga clown you with honesty? Honest with a clown because it's just so honest. It hurt, but it's so honest. Oh, and he clown the fuck out you with and you let it because they didn't girl. Next up is reconciling your fear of death. Inside of Shadow Gold, there's a module on. I didn't call it Own All Energies, but it's my Own All Energies process. Who here has gotten the Own All Energies process? I've been offering it. You can download it right now. It's at the link in my bio, Own All Energies. And in there's an exercise with me on camera running you through the exercise. Okay, we already did. We're already dead, everybody. We're already dead, people. Thank you for reminding me of that. So I run you through this exercise inside of the first module in Shadow Gold because I know how much women fear life. They fear life force energy. They fear being judged, attacked, all the things. And the reason why the immediate spot that men go to grab you by the throat and disarm you is your sex, your looks, your sex, your identity, particularly around your sexual self. Okay. Your sexual expression, your body, your looks, because it's where, for a man, is a lot of your power. And because a lot of women know this, um, that's one of the ways they hide and don't interact with life, right? Or go over the top, right? One of the ways, right? Hide, go over the top. And so this exercise that I run you through, Own All Energies, that you can get now with the link in my bio, Own All Energies, is for you to take specifically potent energies like the energy of rape, like the energy of primal energy, all that life force energy, and taking it up and through your pussy. Because when men come after you, that's what they're coming after. So this is what you call a offensive play. It's not defensive because you, on a spiritual level, you create what you defend against. You create what you defend against. So on an offensive level, you learn how to absorb all. And like I said, it's the most potent areas where you want to go, because when you start at the top, it affects everything else. When you start at the top, it affects everything else. And if you know, we all know that our life force energy is our number one tool, our greatest tool, our highest manifesting tool, joy tool, illumination tool, money tool, wealth tool. It's the tool that we need for massive creation, our life force energy. And when your life force energy is alive and activated, you're not hiding. You can't hide because you're so on in the body. You're so awake. There's flow. You're not locked up in your voice. You're not like not wanting to be seen. You're not layering yourself in a bunch of clothes to hide. You're not like smiling and you got rage behind your eyes. You're not, all that, all the different ways women hide. You're not like dressing and posturing yourself a certain way to make sure you're seen as a good, wholesome, decent, all the shits, right? And so when you really become unapologetic, for real, not like, those women who be, anyway, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, right? When you really become unapologetic, and you're on the path to it though, because once you get there, once you really get, okay, there's a way that things just don't land the same. But on the way, so the people who are used to you the way you are, right? They watching you grow, right? So their familiarity with you is what you've been, right? And then when you're in that in-between stage, and I'm not even saying there's an arrival place, but there is a fundamental place that you do reach, right? But before you get to the fundamental place and you're in the in-between, or just think about anything you do that you do well. I remember when you first started, and then remember when you were intermediate, and then now you're at advanced levels, right? So when you're in this in-between stage of becoming unapologetic, there are people who can see that, right? You may be new to their world, but they can see still where inside of you, okay? And men in particular, and I'm mentioning men right now because sexual power, I was like, I feel like that's where we need to start. I feel like that should start in like middle school, you know? That's where men are gonna verbally. That's not your husband, right? It's going to feel like that. It's, men on the internet, you know, um, so they're going to attack your looks. They're going to attack your motherhood. They're going to attack you financially. They're going to attack, right? And it could be sweet. It could be a sweet attack. It might, I'm doing this because it could feel like that, or the intent behind it could be that. But when you are truly on the path to freedom and power, there are going to be people who don't like it. And how do you get to millions of dollars? How do you get to being seen online? How do you live the life without that stuff getting in the way? Like, they attack you, then what? So how do you respond? They respond, okay, are you going to still grow your business to six figures? Are you still going to be visible? Who's helping you? Like, what's the plan? Is it on purpose? The actions you're taking, like, if I look at the last 30 days of your time and the last 30 days of your money, where has it been going? You look at your bank account right now, the last 30 days, where has most of your money gone? If we sit down and look at a calendar of where your time has gone over the last 30 days, where has it gone? Is it pointing to where you really want to go? And when we're afraid of life, that's when we can start to see what we really need. All this talking people doing, I don't care about what you say. I want to see where your time and money is going. That's what I say. Where's your time and money going? Because if most of your time is doing things other than what you say you want. I want to be visible. I want to do six figures this year. I want to help more people. I want to live in this country. I want to do this. But if we look at your time and all your time is on your job, hanging out on TikTok, you don't even mean that. And why do you not mean it? Why are you not moving in that direction? Because you're scared of fully interacting with life. Why are you afraid of fully interacting with life? Because niggas be going to attack you, and women going to attack you. Your mother going to attack you. They already have attacked you, and now you're scared. You don't want to be attacked again. You're scared of feeling the hurt and the pain again. You don't want to be judged no more. You sick of this shit. Fuck it. I'm just gonna work my job and stay to myself. So then, what do? You buy shadow gold. You do own all energies. You come inside my woman community. You come work with us and you make it a lifestyle. As I said earlier, it's a lifestyle. It's not a, well, let's do this for 30 days and see how this goes kind of thing. Because if you, man, y'all look at what's happening. I told my mom, I said, the time is going, is the point I'm getting ready to make. The time is about to be, I feel like it's about to be Christmas. Like, this is July. What's today? June 23rd. It's July. We're halfway through the year. It was just January 1st. It's about to be Christmas again. What have you done with yourself? And what do you want to do? Like, it's not even like want to do. That's the reason why I don't want to be on here anymore. It's like people who just like to listen to me, right? I want to talk to higher level women who really, they don't even want to fuck with, they think higher. They are higher. Man, I want us ruling the world. You know what I'm saying? I want us ruling the world. We can fucking do it. And I mean it for real, for real. Like, changing all these damn governments, all these women who are married to high-powered women, they need to be in their power because that's how they're going to influence the world. From this perspective right now, because so much is still very patriarchal, women who are married to high-powered men need to come into their power because the men are receptive to them. The men are receptive to them. I'm ready to play, man. We can do it. We can, man. This is, you know what I mean? Whatever, man. This is whatever, man. Hey, and you just show up. Just be true. Be for real, but be solid. Like, you gotta know who you are. Motherfuckers don't know who they are. They still want permission and don't even have the life force energy to get fully involved in their life. So if you sick and tired, the topic, let me look at this again. The topic is if you're tired of destructive patterns of hiding and playing small, why are you hiding and playing small? Ask yourself, what do you get out of it? Maybe you should stay there longer. Ask yourself that. And then if you're ready to own all energies, go to the link in my bio. You should check out everything that's there. That's what you should do. Go to the link in my bio and check out everything in there and see what speaks to you. Because there's options. There's like 5, 6 options there. Anybody have any questions? We can have so much fun. So this is what has been on my mind. Like, I'm ready to have fun. Like, I want to work less. I'm ready to have fun that don't include work, but I want to have more fun in work too. I'm ready to start having more fun in work. And I'm a big energy. Like, I can't even, and that's why I want y'all to get, and not just y'all, but all women to really get into their power. Because we can't have fun as women together when you're secretly insecure. You know what I mean? We can't do it because you constantly comparing you to me and all that shit. Bitch, be you. I don't want to be you. You can't be me, bitch. Be proud of you, brag, bitch. Get into your shit, bitch. Know who you are. Wake up your pussy, man. When you wake up your pussy, you ain't worried about comparing. I don't even understand this shit bitches be dealing with. All this jealousy. Oh, what? What? I'm signature. You signature. Don't you want to be signature, bitch? All this shit, all this. Women constantly about they judging, they jealous. But then get away from them then. Do something else. You know what I mean? Come around me and brag. You know what I mean? You got something better to tell me. Show me. Bitch, I want to have fun, bitch. I'm going to Capri. Who coming, bitch? We need to be traveling. You know what I mean? We need to be doing dope ass projects together. Don't y'all want to host retreats together around the world? You know what I mean? Don't y'all want to